Let me describe something that I see all the time. You go on a good run, you're up, you feel sharp, and then somehow, a few days later, you're right back to break even. Not blown, not destroyed, just back to zero. And this keeps happening over and over again. Now this is the important part. You are up. That means you are very capable of executing. This isn't necessarily a knowledge problem. It's not that you don't know what you are doing, because, well, you proved that you can already do it. So something else is obviously happening. And no one talks about this, ever. The shift doesn't happen when you are losing, it happens when you are winning. And it's subtle. You just don't notice it in the moment. When you are down money, you're alert. You're focused. You're cautious. You are pretty locked in and focused on the process. But when you're up, you start to make a little bit of money, you feel calm. You feel sometimes overly confident and generally a bit more looser. And relax isn't always sharp. And that is where it starts to spiral. Now this is the real shift. You stop thinking, is this my A+ setup? But instead you start thinking, I'm up today, or I'm up this week. And as you can see, you start managing how you feel about the money instead of actually executing your strategy, or your model, or your edge, however you'd like to refer to it as, of course. This on the screen right now is the most dangerous sentence I have ever heard in trading. I can afford this one. Why? Because you justify the entry. You justify the wider stop loss. You justify the lower quality setup. Because you are buffered. And that is when the edge starts to slip away. But here's the scary part. You don't fully break your rules. You don't suddenly become reckless. It's not obvious. You bend them, just slightly. Just enough that it feels reasonable. And that is what kills consistency. Entering slightly early, widening the stop loss just a little bit, taking a B setup instead of an A+ setup, holding past your plan, trading outside of your session because, well, it looks good. None of these feel dramatic, but they do eventually compound. Break-even can sometimes actually be worse than a clean loss, because when you lose properly, you accept it, you move on. But when you give profits back, that kind of stings. It hurts a little bit, because you know you had it. Now, emotion enters properly. You're annoyed at yourself, at the market, blaming others. And you feel like you've wasted something. Now it escalates. You force a setup. You need to finish green. You refuse to stop. You try to chase back control. And now you're not trading your edge at all. You are trading based off your emotions. This is a very common cycle. Win, relax, bend rules, back to break even, frustration, force trades. And then you reset and do it again the next month and the month after that. And before you know it, you're in one big cycle of doom that is costing you years and years of success. This is where most traders get it wrong. They think that, I need a better strategy. In reality, you don't. Your model worked, but it's just that your behavior shifted. You don't need more edge. You need resistance. You need constraints. You need something that stops you when your emotion changes. Fixed risk per trade, 2 consecutive loss stops which can be split into 1 loss per session. Hard daily loss cap. Stop trading after you hit your target. No trades outside of your session. These aren't restrictions as much as you think they are. They are protection to yourself, to your capital, and most importantly, your career. The goal isn't to feel amazing. The goal isn't to feel motivated. The goal is neutral. Flat, emotionally, because neutral traders follow rules. Kind of stoic-like, I guess you could say. And most traders try to maximize the day, whereas professionals like myself, we protect downside and let the time do the work. Your job isn't to maximize today, it's to survive long enough to scale, to win. And guys, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow for more.